Hey guys, so you're with me at Wembley Park. I've come here today at the request of one of our subscribers, and the request was to ride the bike along the Wembley Way, but the bike isn't working at the moment. Well, at the moment whilst I've been filming today. But this will actually be the first video where I use my DJI Mic Mini, I think that's what it's called, or mini mic. And I thought I'd just jump on the train and come to Wembley and walk along the Wembley Way. I've been hoping and praying, crossing my fingers, and also hoping that the rain doesn't come down heavy while I'm trying to do this. But as we're walking along, it is spitting a little bit, so hopefully it's not going to affect the footage too much. But yeah, in the distance, you'll be able to see Wembley Stadium, the home of football. I haven't been here for a long time, so the last time I came here was for a light festival with my mum, and that was quite fun. And I think we might have gone to the London Design outlet, which is quite close to the stadium. So a lot of fans, when they come to see games or concerts at Wembley Stadium, will go to Wembley Park, and then, as you see, Wembley Way, where we're walking at the moment, it's very wide, so you have a big capacity. But I don't really remember firsthand coming to the old Wembley, but from images that I saw, he used to have kind of like a moat or parking around it. And the old Wembley Stadium is obviously famous for the Twin Towers, but actually the new stadium, it's funny calling it new because I think it's about 25 years old now, has the arch, which actually, when you're in Croydon, if you go to the viewing platform at the Addington Hills, I think it's called the Addington Hills, there's a big debate whether it's called the Addington Hills or the Shirley Hills, but if you go to the viewing platform, you can see the Wembley Arch all the way from Croydon on a good clear day. To our right, we've got BOXPARK Wembley. So BOXPARK Wembley came after BOXPARK Croydon. BOXPARK Croydon being the first box park that focused on food, whereas the first box park, which is in Shoreditch, was kind of like a split, but it was mainly fashion was its focus, and some criticised it for being quite heavily focused on men's fashion. Yeah, Croydon was the first box park that was just pure food. But this one came after, and it's really nice in here. You can see that when you go in, that they learnt things from the Croydon one. So for some reason, the design firm behind BOXPARK Croydon thought it was a great idea to have two open sides, which is okay in the summer, but in the winter, cold weather, yeah, there's no heat in there. So the Wembley one is fully enclosed. So I remember going there as well with my mum, and it was so nice and warm. It's quite nice because you've got a few places to stop and buy food, sit down, have a meal. And then you've got the Wembley Library, but I believe the council, I think it's Brent Council, I'm not actually that familiar with this borough, is also located in that building to our right. It says Wembley Library. I thought we might be able to walk up those stairs, but looking a bit harder now, it looks like it's not. You can walk up the stairs, but it looks like once you get there, you can't actually necessarily go any further. Something I like about Wembley, so Wembley is a 90,000 seater stadium, if you're not aware of Wembley Stadium's capacity. And it's in the middle of an urban area, It has residential around it. A lot of this is quite new, um, or has been built, I should say, since the current stadium was built. But you know, I like that. I know you can walk up here. It just looks like it's cordoned off. I like that there isn't this focus on driving here. That the focus is more that you take public transport. And because we do have good public transport, it is, feasible. It's not like one of these stadiums that they're built on the edge of the town in places where there isn't any public transport, so you were forced to drive. And then because of that, they have to have a whole sea of parking around the stadium. And then because it's a sea of parking, it's a sea of asphalt, concrete, whichever one it should be. But yeah, I think like these two buildings, one to my left and the one to my right, and all the ones next to them are what used to be the car park. What I do remember seeing in pictures, if you Google the old Wembley Stadium, is that they used to have a market on the car park, orbiting around the stadium. It's quite nice that we've come up this way and we're by one end of the arch. So, I mean, a lot of British people will know that, as I said before, you had the Twin Towers and they were very iconic, made the stadium very distinctive. And this arch replaced it as the icon of the stadium. And as I said, you can see it from really far away and it's illuminated. I don't know if it's every night, but I remember one of the facts that was quoted was that you could fit a Eurostar train in the arch. I guess like the length as well. But it's interesting that one of the stadiums built for the World Cup that was in South Africa kind of has like quite a similar design to Wembley with the arch, and it came after. But what happens is at one end of the arch it splits in two, which represents the South African flag and the line which splits in two. But what it actually is, it's not that it splits in two, it's that it's different lines coming together as one. So it's about the South African people, the people who make up South Africa, and all coming together as one to unite as one people. So at some point this year when the weather's a lot nicer, me and my dad are actually going to go on the tour of Wembley Stadium. So for Christmas, that was his gift. Actually, I got a stadium tour for my godson's dad as well, for Wembley Stadium. He's an Arsenal fan, my dad's a Man United fan. But I'd asked my dad years ago if he was interested in going on the tour, and he kind of poo-pooed it a bit. Why would I want to go there? And I thought, well, why not? You're a football fan. I would kind of think that you might want to possibly go and have a look around the national football stadium. But, we've done the Old Trafford tour. We've also done the Barcelona tour as well. And at the time, they were increasing the capacity. But anyone who's into football or architecture and megastructures will know that the same thing is happening currently in Barcelona. My dad asked me to come on this tour of Wembley Stadium with him, but I think it might actually be nice for him and my brother to go on it. So I think me and my dad go out more than my brother and himself. I mean, they talk a lot on the phone, and that sometimes my brother comes around and they hang out, chew the fat and all of that. But I think it'd be a really nice, considering they are both, although I was on the phone to my brother before I started making this video, and he said he's not actually really into football. But the thing is, he is into sports, so the thing is, I'm not like a massive sports fan. And that because my brother is into tennis, that's what he really likes. He's been talking about boxing, talking about Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder, and so I think it'd be a really nice thing for the two of them to do. So I think I've kind of got a bit out of the loop with this sort of stuff, because when I still have the GoPro Hero 9, just haven't used it for quite a long time. I got into the thing of asking you guys to like, subscribe and share quite early on in the video. So if you're still with me, why not give me a like, subscribe and share. Also, if you're watching this video, you're still with me now, have you guys been to Wembley Stadium? Have you been inside? What do you think of it? Do you like it? Did you ever go to the old Wembley Stadium? And what did you think of that? Which did you prefer? Do you think, it's a lot of questions. Do you think that the old stadium was better? Do you think it had like better atmosphere? Were you closer to the pitch? I know that there's something really important and to fans, which obviously makes sense. Who wants to be like really far away? So I know that the London Stadium for West Ham is not liked. I think it's not liked by even the fans of West Ham, and it's seen as possibly not the best decision that was made to move to the stadium, the old Olympic Stadium. But you know, it's what's happened. But because of the legacy of having to keep the track, I think even at the front, the front row, I think is still quite far from the pitch, which isn't necessarily the nicest thing if you want to be right there enjoying the action. So it seems we've almost done an orbit of the stadium.